Good evening everyone and welcome to Seddon Fields as we bring you live coverage of the Northern League clash between Western Springs and Manukau United. I'm Gordon Glenn Watson. I'll be describing all the action for you and every kick of the ball. Western Springs are coming into this game off the back of 4 straight defeats. They'll be looking for a return to some sort of consistency that saw them win their first 4 games of the season, while Manukau United are on something of a good run of form. 2 wins from their last 3 games under new coach Rudolf Mosea. I had a chance to catch up with both coaches. Let's see what they had to say about tonight's game. Chris, what are the key ingredients you're looking for success tonight from your team?
Number one, defending better than we have been in previous games. That's our main priority, to be more defensively secure. And we always know we can score goals, so we're hoping that if we can keep them out at one end, we can go and score at the other.
Dean Lausiev played his first game off the bench last week. How important a piece of recruitment is he?
Yeah, I had Dino actually when I was Central United coach back in the day and gave him his debut as a 16-year-old, and he came on and scored. So know him well, and yeah, he's going to provide a lot of experience for us, which we've been lacking probably in the last 3 or 4 weeks. So hopefully he can come in and just solidify that number 6 position for us.
Scoring goals hasn't been a problem. Keeping them out at the other end has been in the last 4 games in particular. What needs to happen from your point of view tonight?
Yeah, like I said at the start, just defensively be a little bit more switched on. Individually, we need to be a little bit stronger. We have had a young team out. We've got a more experienced team out tonight, so I'm looking for an improvement on that part. But going forward, I'm hoping that we can show the home fans that we can be exciting and score some goals.
Thanks very much and good luck.
No problem, thanks.
Rudolf, what are you expecting from tonight's game?
Look, we always expect a very hard game. We know the result Western Springs had in the last 4 games, but I think that gives them even a bigger impulse to get back on a winning strike, especially after the first few games when they had a full points, to be honest. So we're expecting a very tough game. I think a lot of people will come to watch as well, but pretty excited about it.
You've picked up 2 wins out of the last 3 games since you took over. What do you think has been the key ingredient to that turnaround in form?
Look, I think the boys been obviously working really hard, but I wouldn't say it's just the last 3 games. I think we were pretty unfortunate in the first few games in the season as well, and I think it was just a matter of time when we start winning, to be honest. So, look, I wouldn't say it's just the last 3 games, but yeah, we have done well, and we are looking obviously to get another win today.
You've got 3 talented players in Bonsumaru, Linda Boom and Sani Issa. How do you pick a team with so much talent? How do you keep those players happy?
Look, I have 16 talented players today, and we have about 22 talented players in the training squad. So for me, obviously, they're all experienced players, which a lot of experience from National League as well, but we don't look at just them 3. Look, individuals don't really win you much, so we're looking at our squad in general. And look, I'm really happy with all the players, not just them 3 as you mentioned, but yeah, obviously very happy to have them in the squad.
Thanks very much and good luck.
Thank you.
2 significant changes for Western Springs coach Chris Zoricic. Finn Cochrane comes into the side after Samuela Kautonga, the Fijian international, was sent off in last week's defeat to Bay Olympic. And Dean Lausiev, the 27-year-old former Central United and Waitakere United midfielder defender, comes into the team to give some extra experience. Oscar Brown and Sam Margetts have each been in top goal-scoring form, and so too has former All-White Kane Vincent. They will be relied upon to get the goals. Manukau United have named a very strong lineup for tonight's game, with Maro Bonsumaru returning to the starting 11 after coming off the bench last week. 36-year-old Chilean midfielder Andre Este captains the side, while Nigerian striker Sani Issa, who has scored 4 goals this season, will be the fulcrum for the attack. The referee for tonight's game is Mazur Bator. He has handled games involving Western Springs twice previously, against Eastern Suburbs on April the 2nd and Bay Olympic on the 8th of May. He has yet to take charge of a game featuring Manukau United. The assistant referees are Stephen Merriman and Daniel Neville. It's 6th versus 10th in the Northern League as Western Springs host Manukau United. It's a 6-point spread from 5th place down to 11th, so any victory can have a major effect on how the league table looks by the end of the weekend. Western Springs, of course, are having a bit of a horrible run of it at present. 4 defeats in a row for Chris Zoricic's team. He has added experience in Dean Lausev, and he's going to be starting his first game for Western Springs. For Manukau United, things are looking a lot brighter than they did at the start of the campaign. They opened up picking up just 1 point from their first 5 games, but in recent times it's been a lot happier. Rudolf Mosea, the coach, who hails from the Czech Republic, has got his team into some semblance of form, and they've picked up 2 crucial victories out of the last 3 matches. Keegan Lindeboom is one of the most recent acquisitions by Manukau United. He has just come back from a spell in professional football, affected of course by the global pandemic, but he has got a lot of experience in the ISPS Handa Premiership with Waitakere United. In fact, there are a number of players in both teams who have a link to that former Premiership franchise. Nobuaki Mochizuki with the clearance for Manukau. They have some defending to do. And Springs have picked up a free kick in a handy position. There are 4 in the penalty area for Western Springs. Manukau have left just Saniisa up top. A lot of jostling in there. It's wound in. It's not bad. Oh! Crucial touch. I think it was Wade Maloney. Might have got something on it. And Ernest Wong can't have had too much of an opportunity to react, but react he did. Manukau have left just Saniisa up top. A lot of jostling in there. It's wound in. It's not bad. Oh! Well, talking to Chris Zoricic prior to this game, he did make the point that the Northern League, teams within the Northern League, including his own, are struggling for consistency. I think if you take a look at some of the score lines that we've seen over the first 8 rounds or so, the evidence for that is strong. And as I said earlier, there is only a 6-point spread between 5th place and 11th. Long ball popped forward. It's won by Manukau. Abdul Basit Khalifa under it. Now the skipper played forward to Lindeboom. Cochrane. Oscar Brown. Losing out to Mochizuki. Nicely played by Zach Zoricic. Just 18 years of age. Throw forward for Kane Vincent. Like Lindeboom, he's had some experience of professional football in Thailand. As Springs wind this ball in, and that fell very, very nicely for Dane Schnell. And the long-range effort flies harmlessly wide from Josh Margetts. Well, conditions here at Seddon Fields rather pleasant, if not somewhat chilly. 16 degrees according to my smartphone. I'm not too sure that it is 16 degrees. The balcony here at Western Springs is jam-packed, which is good to see. Just prior to kick-off, Western Springs had a lot of their junior teams playing. There were literally hundreds of children in Western Springs kit with parents looking on, coaches. This pitch that you're looking at now had maybe 6 or 7, perhaps even more team's been put through their paces. It's a real occasion for Springs, and they would so like to start with a goal. And Kane Vincent duly obliges with a wonderfully timed header. The marking wasn't great, to be honest, but it was a delicious ball into the penalty area, and for a striker like Kane Vincent, 32 years of age now, he doesn't miss those. It's his 4th goal of the season and the ideal start for Chris Zorisic's side. Ernest Wong will be concerned about the lack of marking there. And Manukau United have to start again. Here's Lindeboom trying to find Issa, looking to strike back early. Issa trying to check on to the right foot, and he might need a hand. He's improvised a cross away by Josh Margits. Well played by Abdul Basit Khalifa. Bonsamaro straight into the gloves of Daniel Drake. Who gets things started straight away. Oscar Brown quickly shut down, but he's done well to stay on his feet here under intense pressure. Well, Manukau United have a strong relationship with Fiji. There are 3 players in this United squad today with connections to Fiji, 3 Fijian under 20 internationals. Shoaib Khan and Mohammed Nabil, 2 of them starting. Here is Vincent. He just got the ball nicked off his foot there. Mochizuki's clearance. It's a good one. Murray Bonsamaro with a lovely pass out to Lindeboom here on the left. Abdul Basit Khalifa has made the run on the overlap, and some defending now for Western Springs to think about. Nobody attacking the near post for Manukau United. It's now for Oscar Brown to try and send a teammate clear. Western Springs have got numbers here. Vincent's free on the left. Oh, and that's a well-timed tackle. So crucial. Kane Vincent just wanted to get it on target. It perhaps needed a bit more power and conviction. This is Maloney. Well read by Lindeboom, doing some sterling work in defence. Zorisic gets it back from Maloney. Plays a cute ball in behind for Vincent and gets it back. Tries to take on this Manukau defence. That's bold stuff from Zach Zorisic. He's done very well there. Throw in taken. Vincent hooks it on. Manukau United struggling to clear their lines, and this is a spell of great promise for Western Springs. Well, Manukau United have kick-started their season with these 2 victories and 3 that I spoke about, but troubling for them is also a return to form for Northern Rovers, as that ball's popped through for Kane Vincent. Northern Rovers coached by Adam Dickinson. Also picked up a victory against West Coast Rangers last week. The teams in 10th and 11th, each on 7 points. West Coast Rangers on 1. That's given away rather poorly. Oscar Brown can't capitalise on the opportunity. Maloney fighting for possession. Schnell played wide on the right. Springs cutting back in. Well, I must say, even though Manukau United got ahead on that, the marking is sloppy from them this evening. Kane Vincent's finding a lot of space in the penalty area and at the far post. Springs will be looking to capitalise on that, I'm sure. Vincent. Zach Zarsic under pressure from Linderboom. Well, Western Springs keeping the pressure on Manukau United. The first 10 minutes, they lead by a goal to nil. Well, appeals for a handball. Referee Mazur Bator was in a good position to see that. Here's Este. Can't beat Margit. Low finds Bonsumaro. Nice turn from him. He's got pace. Well, Maro Bonsumaro just rediscovering his form after a very difficult last summer. He barely featured for Auckland City. It was nothing like his first season in National League football, where he scored 10 goals. He's managed 4 in this campaign, 3 in the last 2 games, and looking to add to it tonight. Here's Wade Maloney, though, who's got different ideas. Vincent. Western Springs building something promising here again. And they have picked up another corner. So Manukau United haven't really got themselves out of first gear yet. Dean Lausef over to take it. Oscar Brown's gone short. That's been picked up by Mohamed Nabil. Maro Bonsumaro also back. There are 2 at the far post for Springs, 1 at the near. The ball whipped into the near the penalty spot. In truth, it's won by Linderboom. Now Issa shrugs off Zoricic, but it's 4 against 1 essentially. Issa's done well to hang on to possession. Este playing the ball wide. Taken by Linderboom. Linderboom has it again, goes to the near post. It's missed by one defender. Hook clear by Finn Cochrane. Well, it's end-to-end stuff here and a good show of pace against this Manukau United backline, who have somehow eked themselves out of a problem. Given away by Shoaib Khan. Margit's roaming forward. Space here to pick across if he wants to. He's decided to cut in onto his left, and that's played straight into the remit of Abdul Basit Khalifa. Now Andre Este. Maro Bonsumaro and Daniel Drake, who so loves to venture outside the penalty box, as we've seen many, many times, almost getting caught out. Maloney. Well, speaking of the teams living life in and around Manukau United, West Coast Rangers and Northern Rovers both play tomorrow at Fred Taylor Park. And 2 former Auckland City teammates, Albert Riera and Adam Dickinson, up against each other as coaches. Riera appointed as West Coast Rangers coach in the middle of last week. Former Wellington Phoenix midfielder, and that was very tight. Ernest Wong kept his composure. Well, brave, inventive, creative stuff from Manukau United under pressure. Este. Once again, that ball he's looking for Maro Bonsumaro is not finding him. perhaps slightly too carefully measured from the Chilean. Here's Khalifa, Issa, and Este was looking for the run in behind from Mauro Bonsamaro. Couldn't quite get the ball out of his feet in the manner that he desired. Cochrane. Well, that's a ball lacking in quality, but it does get the game pushed further into the Manukau United half. Zoricic. Este did well there. Great piece of play, in fact, from Andre Este. Mauro Bonsamaro getting a free run at Josh Margits, cutting inside, going beyond, well, doesn't get beyond Lausev, fulfilling that role that Chris Zoricic says he was looking for him to perform, and he performed it well there, taking up the right position at the right time. Este, Bonsamaro popping it forward for Issa. Cleared by Brad Thomas. Well, Sani Issa's been amongst the goals, but he's also been amongst the cards. He's picked up 4 yellow cards this season. Both these teams have had a more or less impeccable disciplinary record over the piece. But Sani Issa is one of these players that tends to play very much on the edge. I suppose that's part of what makes him such a prolific goal scorer. Here's Mauro Bonsamaro, though. Was dealt well by Josh Margits. Western Springs venturing forward. That attack is deactivated, and it's back with Khalifa. Este, given no space, time or room by Wade Maloney. Drake. Cochrane. Launching a long ball forward, it's offside. Restarted by Mochizuki, now with Shoaib Khan. That's a great pass from Shoaib Khan. Bonsamaro, good ball, good run too by Issa. He's past Drake, and Keegan Linderboom was there, chance, and it's cleared just in the nick of time by Zach Zoricic. Manukau United threatening. Well, that's what Bonsamaro, Linderboom and Issa can produce as an attacking trio if you switch off. Este with a corner, goes to the near post, good defending from Springs, and Mohamed Nabil's effort has gone high over the top. Well, I mentioned West Coast Rangers and Northern Rovers as being a game to keep your eye out for tomorrow. It's too early to talk about a relegation battle, but certainly West Coast Rangers could do with picking up some points. North Shore United are taking on Bay Olympic. Melville United host Auckland City FC at Gower Park. Hamilton Wanderers entertain Eastern Suburbs at Porritt Stadium, and Birkenhead United face Auckland United. Meanwhile at Seddon Field, it's Kane Vincent who finds Zoricic. That's an awkward ball for Ernest Wong to get under, and he spills it. And Western Springs is still in business here. Tried to line it up for Vincent, who was the player that started the conundrum for Ernest Wong. Goodness me. Well, it looked initially that Ernest Wong had got the wrong side of a a player who was much, much taller than he. And it was a little wonder that he lost control of the ball from his hands. Western Springs have got another corner, another opportunity to test the integrity of this Manukau United defence. Wound into the near post. It's helped on by Lausev, I think it was. Manukau United don't look convincing at the back this evening by any stretch. There's little signs there that the marking's not so well as tight as it needs to be, and certainly the incident just a moment ago where Ernest Wong mishandled that cross. Lindeboom. Helped on by Este. Away by Thomas. Issa. Good technique from Issa. The problem isn't finished for Western Springs. Launched forward by Zorisic. Vincent. Shoaib Khan. Well, again, sloppily given away. Well won by Dane Schnell, who kept his run going and doubles the advantage for Western Springs with a lovely finish, 21 minutes in. And Manukau United are sinking without trace at Seddon Fields. A lovely piece of opportunism from the Western Springs captain. Manukau United have looked shaky all evening, and once again they have been the architects of their own downfall.
Springs goal scorer, Dane Schnell.
Well, that's Dane Schnell's second goal of the season. He was on target on the opening day of the season against West Coast Rangers in a 5-1 win. The captain leading the way. Ponsumaro. Shoaib Khan. Back to Wong. Sohail Bashar. And that's great work again. This time it's Wade Maloney. Well, Western Springs' aggression and intense pressing is really paying off for them this evening. Este. Well, it was the right idea, but it's far too close to Daniel Drake. Well, the next goal in this match is going to be crucial, because I suspect if it goes to the home side, then Manukau United's night will be over in short time. Western Springs have scored 22 goals in this, their 9th game. Manukau United just, well, I say just 15, but 15's a pretty handy number for a team that's in the lower reaches of the Northern League. They now have the second worst goals against record in the competition. West Coast Rangers have leaked 29 goals, Manukau United 23. Zorisic, and that goes out harmlessly for a goal kick. Taken quickly by Ernest Wong. Lausev trying to get to grips with Andre Este. Margits smashes it long. Khalifa. Can't beat Zorisic. Lindeboom was looking for it in the pocket, didn't get it. Mochizuki given away. Cochrane gets away with one and then smashes it forward into the night. And they've let it bounce. Oscar Brown sniffing for a chance, and in the end they deal with it. Well, Manukau United, a club just 4 seasons old, but the history goes back a lot further, of course. They were brought together as a result of a merger between Manukau City and Mangere United. Manukau City winning the Northern League Second Division 3 times, 1968, 1970 and 2016. Mangere United also winning Northern League 2 twice in 2002-2010. So there is a rich whakapapa to speak about when you're looking at this Manukau United club. It's probably one of the most ethnically diverse sports clubs in the country. As you see, South African-born Keegan Linderboom getting on the end of that. Issa. Hooked forward. Manukau United turned around here. That was an awkward one. Well done by Ernest Wong. Khalifa. Wow, that was good defending from Brad Thomas. He had to be precise with the header. Now Este, maybe sizing up a shot on goal. Linderboom for Callum Lowe. Nice work from Lowe. Linderboom under pressure. Wade Maloney's having a good game tonight, putting Manukau United under all sorts of pressure in those tight areas in midfield. Nabil for Khan. Now Khalifa. Works the ball through to Sohail Bashar. Spots Khalifa and delivers a wonderful pass. Este gets involved and cuts it off. He's whipped it in towards Linderboom. Best spell for a little while for Manukau United, but it's broken down in midfield. Kane Vincent putting Shoaib Khan under pressure. Ernest Wong, oh, he had to be quick. He's got away with that. Low. Knocked forward for Bonsumaru. Daniel Drake's come out for it. Well, it's been end-to-end stuff. It has maybe lacked a bit of quality at times. Western Springs have looked to be very direct, as you see here. It was worked away by Bashar. Now Springs can launch something from this advantage. They've got started by Maloney. There's a good ball in, and Khalifa has defended it well. Abdelbasset Khalifa, who started his football journey in New Zealand in the South Island with Canterbury United. Here's Mochizuki. Issa. That's great work from Kane Vincent to find Oscar Brown. Oh, and there was a big problem looming for Manukau United, not for the first time this evening. Maloney. Zoricic. Vincent. Oh, just, again, a lack of quality from Wade Maloney there, but it was a great run by Zoricic, who was looking to attack that space just in behind Manukau defence. Well, Zoricic got something on it, but it's fallen to Mara Bonsumaru. Cochrane's header. Maro Bonsamaro. Linda Boom. Lovely play from Shoaib Khan again. Abdul Bassett has picked out Linda Boom, who's going to try and use his body here to hang on to it, but he was crowded out by 3 Western Springs
order
defenders.
92 is ready. That's order number 92.
Khalifa. Half an hour gone at Seddon Fields. It's Western Springs 2, Manukau United 0. Kane Vincent after 7 minutes, Dane Schnell after 21 have given Chris Zoricic's team a comfortable lead. Well, clever idea, but it all happened in slow motion for Linda Boom and Issa. Western Springs defence was absolutely bang on aware that that was going to happen. Loaded well to win it. Lausev forward to Brown. Este. Issa. Ochazuki's throw flicked on by Linda Boom. Away by Thomas. Lausev. Vincent, that is a very, very good touch. And it very nearly brought about an attacking opportunity. Shoaib Khan tidies up, and it's given away again by Mohammed Nabil. And here come Manukau United on the counter-attack again.
Orders 95 and 93 already. That's orders 95 and 93.
Bashar. Ochazuki. Linda Boom's first touch was good, the second not so much. Manukau United have to rebuild again. Este. Well, Bonsamaro is looking for a free kick from Mazabatur, and I don't think he's going to get it. Well, the game really is screaming out for some quality. It's been pretty standard stuff from both sides. Western Springs have to guard against getting into a comfort zone and just sitting on this lead, because if anything, Manukau United have shown that they can score goals and score them quickly. They've been involved in matches. Well, there was the game at Melville on the opening day, when they were beaten by 5-3, and they were also involved in a 4-3 defeat to Bay Olympic. And it's not like Western Springs, of course, have been convincing over the last 4 games. They too have had 5-3, 4-3 and 3-2 defeats, so that tells its own story. Lausev lines it up. That's a brilliant free kick. Abdul Bassett Khalifa wins it around the penalty spot. And Lausev goes again. It's Linda Boom doing the defending at the far post. Este can't get a hold of it. Lausev's given Daniel Drake a difficult job. Well, just under 10 minutes of the first half left to play. Springs in control by 2-0. We haven't yet seen the best of Manukau United. Again, they failed to connect their passes with that diagonal, and this is a good quick counter-attack from Springs. 3 in the box for them, and it was cut out by Sohail Bashar. More defending to do, though. Well, Western Springs over the last decade have had an up and down relationship with the Northern Premier League and Northern First Division life. They have won the Northern League Division 1 title twice in 2014 and 17. And they have also won the Northern League Division 2 title 3 times, 1994, 1998 and 2013. It's certainly been a successful decade for them for the most part, although there has been the experience of relegation, and this is a free kick in a position that will cause some concern for Ernest Wong and his defenders. Looks like Kane Vincent is the player down. Won his one and only All Whites cap against Thailand, and former All Whites coach Anthony Hudson. He was playing professionally in Thailand at the time. Of course, started off in the ISPS Handed Premiership with Waitakere United about 14, 15 years ago. So 4 in the penalty area for Western Springs. Wade Maloney is loitering on the edge. Some movement here from Springs. It's taken towards the near post, and Manukau United get it clear. Hoisted back towards the far post again. Oh, and Ernest Wong gets a bit of luck. And now Manukau United on a quick counter-attack that's well played by Lausef, and then eventually Josh Margett. Western Springs can sense a third goal in this game, especially from what we've seen tonight. Brown. Cochrane. Drake. Looking for Oscar Brown and picking him out brilliantly. There's the overlap from Wade Maloney, and that looked like a free kick to me. Referee, I think, has got that one wrong, but Manukau United won't care. Here's Mauro Bonsumaro taking on Lausev. Callum Lowe providing the outlet. He's had a tidy game so far, the 20-year-old. Here come Manukau United. How did they not get something on the end of that? It was ponderous defending from Western Springs, but there was no player in a black and white shirt showing the necessary hunger to put that in the back of the net and half the deficit. Have to say, that's a half chance wasted by the visitors. Este. Khalifa, good first touch, not a great second one. Well, it seems to be catching. Launched long towards the centre halves. It was Kane underneath it with Shoaib Khan. Maloney. Well, Este's wriggled in between Maloney and the ball, and Manukau now have it. Maloney again. Well, Callum Lowe's shown some good quality tonight in a game that hasn't had a lot of it. Ochisuki, Oscar Brown. Kane Vincent. Oh, you can see what he was trying to do. Whip that ball in behind for Sam Margaret, so we haven't seen a lot of this evening. Well, Bonsamaro came back from an offside position. That's a pretty straightforward call. Launched forward by Cochrane. Might not be easy on the eye, some of these long balls from Western Springs, but just the way that Manukau United are defending, you have to say, as long as the ball's at the end of the pitch, you've probably got an opportunity to produce something and play those percentages. Maloney. Zach Zoricic wins it back. I have to say, there's also a breeze, and that is affecting things. You've seen Ernest Wong make one or two miscalculations with how he set himself. That's not completely down to goalkeeping malfeasance. It's also
91
part of the weather conditions here.
And 100 already. That's order 91 and 100.
Este tries to get things moving quickly. Launch forward. Brown gets a touch on it. He's robbed by Khalifa. Just under 3 minutes of the first half to go. Western Springs leading Manukau United by 2-0 at Seddon Fields. Here's Maro Bonsamaro. He's fashioned across, and Keegan Linderboom, you have to say, must do better than that. Bonsamaro fashioned across of top quality, and Keegan Linderboom, who you would normally back to finish in that circumstance, didn't. In fact, just out of shot, Keegan Linderboom and Maro Bonsamaro have had a word to each other about that. I don't think Bonsamaro was too happy with the quality of Linderboom's header.
Orders 86, 97 and 98 already. That's orders 86, 97 and 98.
Bonsamaro, Cochrane, Zoricic. Straight down the throat of the centre half. It's picked up by Schnell. Vincent involves Maloney. Vincent's got space, but perhaps too much space was unhelpful for him. Este, beautiful pass. Chance for Manukau United, and they've got a corner out of it. Comical stuff. Well, we're inside the final minute of the first half. Manukau United have an opportunity to grab a goal just before the break. How they would so dearly love to do that. Decent corner to the penalty spot, but it's the home side that win it. Here's Sam Margits. Cuts back inside. Maloney had made a run in behind the left fullback. Beautiful touch from Oscar Brown. Can't quite get the ball through. Couldn't quite fashion the ball he was looking for. End to end. Manukau looking for a way back. Relying heavily on the sweeping counter-attacks, but they're living dangerously at the back. On another night, they might well find themselves 3 or 4 down. And Manukau United really haven't forced a save out of Daniel Drake yet. Although they did have one opportunity that trundled past the 6-yard box, and all it needed was a tap in, but there was nobody there. Brown's got a corner. Well, Manukau United have got to be fully concentrated. If they drop a third goal, this game could be over. I said it once before, but they haven't looked convincing. And if Western Springs can catch them asleep, it would set Chris Orsic off in a very happy mood, I'm sure. Well, it's not to be. Mars Bator, the referee, brings the first half to a close. It's been a strange sort of a half, end-to-end stuff from both teams, but it's the goals that count, the goals that matter, and they were scored by Kane Vincent after 7 minutes and Dane Schnell after 21 minutes. Half-time at Seddon Fields. It's Western Springs 2, Manukau United 0. More to come in the second half. Welcome back to Seddon Fields, everybody. We're just moments away from the start of the second half. Western Springs 2-0 up over Manukau United. Kane Vincent and Dane Schnell, the goal scorers. Everything really hangs on the next goal in this game. Western Springs can wrap it up nice and early, I think, if they score the next goal. But Manukau have almost been playing with the carefree approach of... goodness me, that was a very promising early start for Springs. Nobody at the far post. It was perhaps overhit. Sam Margits. Schnell. Loses out to Este. I was going to say almost like a basketball select of Globetrotters ilk. They're taking every chance in the world at the back and relying on this dynamic front three of Issa, Lindeboom and Bonsamara to perhaps get them out of dodge. No changes to report for either side. Lausev, that's a good ball. Oscar Brown fancies this. He's passed one, but Ernest Wong has come out, and the true spirit of Daniel Drake, he's retrieved it. Shoaib Khan. Schnell. Basha won the ball first and involves Nobuaki Mochizuki. Nobuaki Mochizuki, one of two players of Japanese extraction involved in tonight's game. The other is Western Springs' Kenta Nakashima. Here's Este. Margits, Josh Margits. Schnell. Well, two Western Springs players were looking to run into offside positions. Josh Margits, top of the box, cleared by Khalifa. Sam Margits, four in the penalty box for Western Springs, waiting, hoping to see a cross of quality. Well, I wonder how much plastic pitches play in matches that end up with these big spaces in midfield. Everything is moving at 100 miles per hour, but not with a great deal of quality this evening. It all feels like percentages. Manukau United hoping that their front three click at the right time. Taking chances at the back, and Western Springs trying to capitalise on mistakes and just getting the ball forward as quickly as possible. In midfield, it's been absolute pinball all evening. Oh, and Khalifa got under that far too much and concedes a cheap corner. Well, so important for Ernest Wong to keep his concentration. He's had a shaky match this evening. Hasn't instilled a great deal of confidence perhaps in his defenders as Western Springs earn another corner. a definite lull in proceedings. Western Springs taking their good sweet time over this set piece. One at the near post, it's three at the back and one lurking even deeper. It's Dane Schnell at the back, and it should have been 3-0. Finn Cochran at the far post was in the right place at the right time, but unable to get a touch of meaning. That would have made it 3-0, and I think game over. Manukau United hanging on by a thread on that particular occasion. Khalifa. Wade Maloney has shown an appetite for the dirtier aspects of midfield grunt work this evening. He's, well, somebody's picked up a yellow card. I'm not sure who that was for. But Maloney certainly has been right in the thick of the action. Abdul Basit Khalifa, the Manukau United player, is the one who received the yellow card. So I'm informed. He was booked in the match against Hamilton Wanderers back on the 1st of May, as well as Schnell launches that one forward for Sam Margits. That's better and more decisive from Ernest Wong. Abdul Basit Khalifa booked for throwing the ball away. Some frustration, and there's a shot from Schnell and over the top. Player of Dane Schnell's quality, you would expect to get that on target. So two very good chances for Western Springs inside the opening 7 minutes of the second half. Linderboom.
Order 2 is ready, that's order number 2.
Great run forward from Mochizuki. This is a promising run. Looks like Oscar Brown. Khalifa joins in. He'll have to be careful, of course. He's on a yellow card. Wonderful skill from Brown. Oh, and it just lacked a finish. Oscar Brown, that was a piece of play of supreme quality. He's capable of such moments. 5 goals in 8 games so far in the Northern League, and you can see why. He is such an asset for Chris Zoricic's team. Este takes it, well, the ball was rolling according to Western Springs, and Issa is going to pick up his 5th yellow card of the season. And he can have few complaints about that. So a suspension looming for the Nigerian striker.
Order 3 is ready, that's order number 3.
He's played football in Oceania for Amicale of Vanuatu and Bar of Fiji. He won the OC Champions League Golden Boot with 9 goals. He formed a deadly partnership with Feneri Masavakalo at Amicale before coming to New Zealand in 2014. Here's Este. Oh, great touch by Bonsamaro. Now Linderboom, and no mean effort from Keegan Linderboom. Looks short of game time to me. On his day, he's a very, very difficult striker to deal with. 185 centimetres in height. He's strong and powerful on the ball with his back to goal, and equally deadly with his eyes locked towards goal, as we've seen in the past. Bonsamaro. Well, there has been a change. That was Jimmy Banks, number 17 on the ball for Manukau. Well, it looks to me as if Rudolf Moser has removed Mohamed Nabil and replaced him with Jimmy Banks at left back. Nice touch from Vincent. Oh, and Khalifa's messed up his lines here. Now Dane Schnell, surely, straight at the keeper. Well, Manukau United are getting a lot of lives here. And another substitution to bring to you. It looks as though Armin Pasigic is also out on the pitch, and I'm picking it's Callum Lowe who's been removed. So a double change. Pasigic is a player who has done the rounds in New Zealand football. Eastern Suburbs, Central United, Hamilton Wanderers. He's also had a spell in his home nation of Sweden. He was coached by former Sweden national team coach Olli Nordin. And he was on target in the win over West Coast Rangers. He managed to score against Northern Rovers.
Order 4 is ready, that's order number 4.
So there's a lot of goal power out there for Manukau United. Decent ball in, good touch by Issa. Well, you can see Pasigic has pushed a lot further forward. And Este and Khalifa are dealing with midfield themselves. It was Este who was getting further forward in the first half, with Lowe and Khalifa sitting deeper. Here's Pasigic. Decent pass. Lindeboom has Issa at the near post. He's cut it back. It's pulled away by Schnell, and Este goes to collect. Bonsamaro, good first touch. And he's got a free kick, and Josh Marget's not happy with the decision, but it's academic. Free kick will happen. Pasigic will take it. He's the type of player that I'd prefer to see in the penalty box myself, but you can see there it's an absolute traffic jam at the far post. Bonsamaro, Lindeboom, Issa. Oscar Brown is the only Springs player left forward as Pasigic winds this in towards the near post. Springs survive. Here's Banks. Clipped forward by Ernest Wong. Banks launches it forward and out for a throw. Thomas, long ball forward, won by Khan. Sam Margets puts Jimmy Banks under pressure. tries to fashion a clearance, but has invited Dane Schnell to get involved. Pasigic. Thomas got the wrong side of Issa. It's tidied up by Cochrane, who once again goes long. Well, you can tell that it's moved past people's tea time. There are no more orders coming through from the club rooms. I'm sure you could hear your order being called on the North Shore. It was that loud from my vantage point. Schnell. That was won by Shoaib Khan. Now, clipped forward. Well, I think he got away with one there. That looked as though it was miscued completely, but Manukau still have it. Bashar. Well, Manukau United, as I said earlier, a club with a rich history, both a short and long whakapapa. But they have done a lot of great work in terms of unifying football in South Auckland. It's a rich catchment of talent that has certainly had a strong Māori and Pacific Island feel to it, but also in recent times players of the Muslim religion, and also extending that into women's football. We saw recently with Ramadan ending a couple of articles appearing in mainstream media, which was welcome to see, all about those aspects of football in the modern world and some of the modern challenges that go along with it. Both these clubs, of course, hubs for their community. I certainly remember Seddon Fields when I played in the Northern League, and it looked nothing like this. It was just two pitches on a very, very muddy surface. What you see here this evening is a tribute to everybody at Western Springs for the work they've done to bring it up to modern specifications. Here's Estate to Issa. Jimmy Banks. Banks, a futsal player as well. He won National Futsal Super League winners medal with Auckland City.
That's order number 10.
Order 10's out. In case you missed that, here's Issa. Little give and go. Lovely step over, but Mochizuki couldn't find a way through. Here's Khalifa. That was good defending from Zach Zoricic. Zoricic still going. Khalifa can never be accused of being lazy, Abdul Basit Khalifa. He's certainly worked well there. And Issa with an uncharacteristically sloppy touch. If he had got that right, then there were problems on tap for Western Springs to consider. Look at the space Khalifa's got here. Past one Springs player, past a second, now Linderboom. Bonsumaro, and you won't beat Daniel Drake with an effort like that. About the best you could say is it was on target. Sam Margits, Dane Schnell, Kane Vincent. Good play from Schnell. Sam Margits under all sorts of pressure. 3 against 1 there. Este picks his pocket. Nice touch from Sani Issa. That was beautifully done by him. Linderboom. Chance to get a shot on target perhaps. Wins the corner. Well, Manukau United showing a lot more appetite for the second half. Needs must as the devil rides, I suppose. 2-0 down. Armin Pasigic with the corner. It's an outswinger, goes to the near post, and it's ended up at the far. Daniel Drake missing it. Oh, Manukau might be wondering how they didn't make something more of that moment. Mochizuki. Este. That's good work from Este. Very good ball. Armin Pasigic is going to be fronting up to Josh Margits, who's defended that solidly. Este. Good pass from Josh Margits to his brother Sam. Tries to clip it in behind for Kane Vincent, but I don't think Kane Vincent's got the type of pace that pass selection demands. Here's Wade Maloney. Oh, given away cheaply to Banks. In fact, both of these players, Josh Margits and Jimmy Banks, played in the futsal Super League recent times. Khalifa. Sahel Bashar finding Nobawaki Mochizuki. Khan. Este. Pasigic has come short. Este's held on to it slightly too long, but that's broken kindly for Issa, who's going to look for a free kick here and will get it. That was intelligently done. Sani Issa saw what was happening. Now, I think there has been a different interpretation of that by the Western Springs players. They feel that Mars Batur, the referee, has missed something else that is perhaps going to be a mitigating element in the decision to award the free kick. But you know the old story, once he's made his decision, the referee, that's that. Substitution coming up for Western Springs. Kenta Nakashima about to be thrown into the action, and Wade Maloney, who's put in a pretty good shift this evening, has thrown himself about, certainly been very, very competitive. Nakashima, 28 years old.
Substitution for Western Springs. Number 10, Kenta Nakashima, coming on. For number 24, Wade Maloney.
Well, some fun and games around the free kick. 4 in the wall for Daniel Drake, as this is lined up for a second time by Armin Pasigic. Banks is to the left alongside Nakashima. Issa, Bonsumaro and Este to the right of the free kick taker Pasigic. Here he goes, straight down the throat of Daniel Drake. Pasigic was perhaps too careful and considered with getting it on target this time, but signs are promising for Manukau United that they're getting back into this game, and it's looking more like Western Springs may be the side that catch them out on a counter-attack. A bit of a role reversal from the first half. Lausev, Pasigic, Lausev. Well, just over halfway through the second half. No change in the scoreline.
Already. That's orders 5 and 11.
Orders 5 and 11 making their presence known. 70th minute at Seddon Field, still 2-0 to Western Springs over Manukau United. Sam Marget's doing very well against Banks, giving the new player a bit of a hard time. Well, next week Manukau United coming up against North Shore United, a team that's also had a very inconsistent season. They do have that high point of beating Auckland City FC at Allen Hill Stadium a couple of weeks ago. Great performance from North Shore, New Zealand's oldest football club. Here's Issa, here in the present, tried to clip it over the top of Zach Zoricic to match the run of Mara Bonsu, but Este now involved. Oh, and now there's a problem, and will it end up in the back of the net? It does. And Manukau United have halved the deficit through a defensive error. It's Maro Bonsu-Maro, the goal scorer. "72 minutes gone. Western Springs 2, Manukau United 1. And Maro Bonsu-Maro with his 4th goal in 3 games.
Goal scorer number 9, Maro Bonsu.
Fourth goal in 3 games, 5th goal this season overall. And a vital goal for Rudolf Mose's team. They're halfway back, but this is an interesting possibility here for Kane Vincent. Well, he should have done better, in truth. It was a wonderfully conceived passing move. Kenta Nakashima it was with the through pass, and you would have backed Kane Vincent to get that on target, but in the end he didn't even test Ernest Wong. That's a real let-off for Manukau, in truth. And can Manukau make Western Springs pay for it? Khalifa. Issa. Oh, wonderfully improvised cross with the outside of the right boot. Bonsu-Maro, and now it's Western Springs who are living dangerously. And are they going to pay for their wastefulness in front of goal? It's got that feeling to it, doesn't it? Good touch from Vincent, the game coming to life. Sam Marget's for Kane Vincent again. Ernest Wong was drawn to that ball. I think if you're a Manukau supporter, you'd probably be somewhat disconcerted by that. I think if you're Manukau United, you'll be wanting to get this game moving, but Western Springs, Dean Lausiev taking his good time to get to the ball, just breaks up some of the momentum that Manukau have fashioned. It's been taken now, and that's actually that's a good save by Ernest Wong, I think. He can't have seen much of that as that wound its way into the 6-yard box. It was hit with a wicked bend on it, and Ernest Wong took the gamble with the extended right arm and made, in the end, a quite important save to keep Manukau United in this match. They're halfway up the mountain. They're within touching distance of base camp, you would imagine. If they can get a second goal, then who knows which way it's going to end up, because Ryan takes a cursory glance at the Northern League set of results to see that anything can happen. They've got quarter of an hour, so time's on their side. Bonsumaro. Pasigic has stayed forward. Keegan Linderboom makes a run in behind Zorisic. Tried to pick out Mokazuki, but it was too tight. Pasigic. Blasted forward. It's going to be picked up by Khan, but it was too heavy a touch. Now Sam Margits. Schnell. That was a good run by Nakashima. Good battle between Banks and Nakashima. Sam Margits. Fancies a shot from here, and it wasn't far away. I tell you what, that was well struck. Ernest Wong got across and had it covered, I think, but he had to get a good move on. There's plenty of pace on it, and it had a bit of bend too. Sam Margits has been around 30 years of age now. Started his football in the provinces, Waikato FC back in 2009, then Hawke's Bay United. Here's Bonsumaro taking on Josh Margits. Oh, and that's a free kick and a card for Josh Margits. No argument there. Bonsumaro doesn't look in good nick here. He had a lot of problems over the summer with a knee injury, so it's perhaps one of those that the player will have in the back of their mind when they're on the receiving end of a challenge of that type.
Orders 13 and 14 are ready. That's orders 13 and 14.
I haven't had my dinner yet, by the way. Keep hearing that. It's not good. And they don't do hot drinks here, so I'm told. Here's Armin Pasigic. Two on the wall. Maz Batur, the referee, gets his paperwork sorted. 5 in the penalty area for Manukau United. Everybody back for Western Springs. We haven't seen that so far this evening. So it just goes to show you that they're feeling the pressure here. Pasigic goes to the far post. Manukau got on the end of it. Chance! Oh, and that's blocked and off the line. Two really big chances for Manukau United. Western Springs can hit them on the counter-attack. And too close to the goalkeeper from Sam Margits. It was Kane Vincent who made the run through, but that was an incredibly well-hit shot by Nobuaki Mochizuki. The first one was blocked. He got the rebound, and then it was a Western Springs defender who hooked it away. Daniel Drake had hardly moved for it. Pasigic. Bonsumaro. Everybody in a black and white shirt now, just with a bit of a spring in their step. No wonder. They've got the impetus here. Now, Estate. Khalifa. Nice touch by Bonsumaro, but he won't be too keen to walk into the possum trap that is Josh Margits. He will have to be careful. He's already, of course, on that yellow card. And Manukau United with a corner kick.
Orders 12, 15 and 16 are ready. That's orders 12, 15 and 16.
Banks. Wow. Western Springs haven't come out of defence together there. There was a bit too much space for Manukau, and there still is. Here's Issa. You have to ask the question, how did he get there first? Springs are asking for trouble, and that's not a bad ball. Keegan Linderboom was lurking underneath it. Dane Schnell picking out Sam Margits, who's got space, and he's got a run in behind from Oscar Brown. Now Dane Schnell's moving. Oh, a little 1-2 off Abdul Basit Khalifa. There's a spare player on the left, I think it's Nakashima. The shot! Oh, and a good save by Ernest Wong. A second top save in this half from the Manukau United goalkeeper. Well, if it was overly critical perhaps of the first half, I have to say that there's been passages of play in the second that have been quite exciting. And Ernest Wong, whose shaky first half characterised the scoreline, has certainly redeemed himself so far in the second. .81 minutes played here at Seddon Fields. It's Western Springs 2, Manukau United 1. Brown 2 in the wall. Oscar Brown went short. It's hit by Lau7 away by Khan, and Bonsamara goes to ground again. Josh Margits has to be careful. He's a long way up the pitch. That was perhaps in his favour with that, but Bonsamara, who's a wily competitor, will know that he's got one over Josh Margits in the tight areas. Mochisuki, Khan, Khalifa. Sorry, that's Bashar. He's given it straight to Josh Margits. Now Sam Margits. Great work from Bonsamaro. Oh, lovely passing move from Western Springs. Kane Vincent drags a shot wide. Yet again, it's not his night. Could have had a hat trick this evening. Could have had a hat trick and made the game safe. Well, Abdul Basit Khalifa is making way for Mohammed Shah. .21-year-old midfielder, Fijian Kiwi. Has 5 Fiji under-23 caps to his name. Played in the OFC Men's Olympic Football Tournament qualifiers 2 years ago in Suva.
Substitution for Manukau, number 13, Mohammed Shah, coming on for number 7, Abdul Basit Khalifa.
Well dealt with by Josh Margits under pressure. Well, defender might have needed a clean win like that just to restore a bit of the balance in that individual battle between himself and Marabonsa Maro. Well, 6.5 minutes of the regulation 90 left to play at Seddon Fields. 2-1 to Western Springs. Banks with the throw. Sam Margits has put that straight into Jimmy Banks' groin. Good win by Khan. Reminder of the games coming up tomorrow in the Northern League. Birkenhead United taking on Auckland United. Hamilton Wanderers against Eastern Suburbs in Hamilton. Melville United and Auckland City FC. North Shore United taking on Bay Olympic, and West Coast Rangers playing host to Northern Rovers. A big game at the lower end of the table in Whenuapai. Well, a win here for Western Springs, at least for a short while, will see them go as high as third before tomorrow's round of matches to complete the weekend's action. And if Manukau are to be beaten, then I'm sure both Northern Rovers and West Coast Rangers will be delighted about that. Certainly give Northern Rovers every incentive to get maximum points against West Coast Rangers and build up a lead between themselves and Rudolph Moses' side. Pasigic made a big impression when he came on, but we haven't seen much of him since. Launches it long. Shah against Zoricic. Lovely skill here. Clip back in. Oh, Sanias has miscued it. And just for the moment, Western Springs were all at sea there. Issa trying to find Shah at the far post, and Western Springs have launched it clear. They've lived dangerously, and Manukau United won't be too happy with themselves if they don't get something from this game. It's just started raining here too, so another variable to add to a volatile and dramatic end to this Northern League clash. Banks looking for movement ahead. There's not much of it. He spotted a gap and gone for it. Now drawing in Narman Pasigic. Maro Bonsumaro. That's a great pass from Pasigic. He's passed Margits, lines up the shot, but he's gone for power, and it's going to be a throw in. I bet Josh Margits is mightily relieved to see that, because it was great work initially by Maro Bonsumaro. 2.5 minutes of the regulation 90 to go, plus whatever extra time that Mars Batur deems fit to tag on at the end. Banks. Good defending from Margits. Josh Margits this time. Pasigic. Well, it's Manukau's time to go direct, and Cochrane's across and launches it into the club rooms. Substitution for Springs about to take place. Dawson Straffen is being prepped and ready for action. It's Kane Vincent, scorer of the first goal tonight, who makes way. Mixed evening for Kane Vincent. He's certainly played a key role in all their link-up play, but was hit and miss literally in front of goals. Manukau looking for an equaliser. Can they find something? Here's Este. Banks clipped into the far post. It's a good one, and that was very timely intervention from Zach Zoricic. Mohamed Shah just lurking at the back post, looking for a mistake. Time the enemy for Manukau United. Western Springs launch it forward. Straffen losing out to Bashar. Sam Margits. There's a run from Nakashima. And instead, he opted to pick out Straffen. Nakashima takes it to the corner. Well, that's the 90 minutes by the scoreboard clock here at Seddon Fields. We're in the hands of the referee. Western Springs now have it through Schnell, and he's won a corner. Well, no, he hasn't. I think the referee's got that one wrong. That's just my opinion, but Pasigic will launch this long, perhaps. Opts for Este instead. Banks. Clipped in, it goes beyond Finn Cochrane. It's miscued by Zoricic. Linda Boom dropping into midfield. Almost had 1 minute of additional time. Western Springs consents victory. Este tries to pick out Maro Bonson. Maro, and straight across the face of goal and cleared in the 6-yard box. I think it was Dane Schnell. Dawson Straffen. Sam Margaret spots the run of Kenta Nakashima. Oscar Brown's unmarked in the box, but Nakashima instead smartly hanging on to the ball. Western Springs need to play this clever. Yellow card is brandished. My sightline's obscured. You'll have to look at comment for that information. Another free kick, and there's a bit of afters as well, and another card about to be shown. This one's for Andre Este. And Mars Batua is saying to Andre Este to just back off, and Sani Issa is trying to tell his skipper, look, we'll need you for battles that are to come, and getting sent off tonight is going to be of no use. I would imagine that Western Springs will just try and kill this game off in the corner and collect their 3 points. Well, Western Springs, to their credit, tried to make something of that. Dane Schnell, Sam Margits, Kenta Nakashima takes it to the corner. 3 minutes of additional time has been played. We're heading into the fourth, and Western Springs slowly squeezing the life out of Manukau United. They've been wasteful in front of goal second half, Western Springs. They've conceded a goal, but it looks as though they're going to pick up a victory, pending any disasters here. Last chance for Manukau to get the ball forward and find an equaliser. Oscar Brown's down. Well, he's going to receive some attention from the physio, and that will make for an extraordinary interpretation of additional time. Mohammed Shah and Oscar Brown also getting involved. I would have thought that Brown receiving treatment on the edge of the pitch might have been more the go here, but well, rather than the match ending with some nail-biting drama, it's perhaps going to just peter out here. Mars Batua's interpretation of how to handle the final moments of the match will be the feature. I've got a chicken burger with my name on it, waiting for me. so any time soon would be good. Aiden Iqbal is going to come on for Oscar Brown. So substitution made in 90 plus 5.
Substitution for Western Springs. Number 11, Oscar Brown coming off, making way for number 22, Digger Iqbal.
Manukau launching it forward. Away by Lausev. Forward again by Este. It's not the type of forward ball they were looking for. Referee checks his watch. Dane Schnell asking the question, how much longer to play? Ball won by Banks. Este again. There it is. Confirmation of Western Springs' 5th win of the season. They move into 3rd spot in the league table. Kane Vincent opened the scoring after 7 minutes. Dane Schnell doubled the advantage in the 21st minute. It was pretty average fare up until the second half, and at least for the first half of the second half, it was rather entertaining. Mauro Bontamaro scored on 72 minutes, and that's how it ends here at Seddonfields. I'm Gordon Glenn Watson. It's been a pleasure talking to you tonight on behalf of everyone here. Thanks for joining us. See you again in the future. Bye for now.
The Western Springs supporters, thank you very much for coming out. I know it's got a little bit cold out there, but we do appreciate you.